pit and want to be saved. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. When these immigrants come over here, you can't say, white people are off limits for you to talk about. You can't say nothing about white people. Because last time I checked, when you look at the founding fathers, they were white. All the same people that wrote the Declaration of Independence, that established the Constitution of the United States of America, they were white. So you under the rule and protection and freedom of the white man. Who died and sacrificed to make sure all this started was the white man. Now, as a black man, I'm thankful for the white man. And y'all won't be mad at me. I don't care, because y'all dumb anyway. Your neighborhood screwed up, and you ain't gonna never be nothing. So don't get mad at me. All the brothers that think like me, we successful. Y'all dumb Negroes ain't gonna never be done with yourself. If you mad at me for saying this, you should be thankful for the white man that came over here and sacrificed. Because what did the black man do for you? Oh, y'all want to get busy? We can get jiggy tonight. I got all night. What the black man do for you? What country did the black man set up for you? Go live there then. Oh, you don't want to? Oh, there's no right to come up under the white.
Man, you can't make this stuff up, man. Brandon Tatum. He's talking about the founding fathers and being under the W man's protection. And those of us that don't agree with that, we are poor and look how we living. He thanks God for the W man, right? So he's letting you know where his allegiance is, and he's letting you know that he cannot say anything that goes against them, because the minute he says anything goes against them, his career is over. W folks already know this. Brandon Tatum has been called out by Nick Fuentes, and you have a lot of W's that's waking up and calling him out and saying, all right, dude. I mean, like, darn, this is such thing as over. Like, you just going overboard now. Like, God darn, man. And now in this Nolan Wells case, a lot of people, a lot of W's are just fed up with him.
Brandon Tatum, how did you come to believe these three white boys? Because they seem honest, they look like three upstanding young men. Those three upstanding young men were doing drugs and alcohol and trying to hide it. Those three very honest, upstanding Christian white boys were doing drugs and alcohol and trying to conceal it. They're so honest and they're upstanding, and somehow yet you believe that they're going to tell you any fucking truth. White people don't need any more support in this country, Brandon Tatum, and you know that. And I don't know what happened to you and how black people hurt you or what you're doing, but somehow you're screaming at the rest of us how we not believe them. You believe them just like that. It's exactly how we don't believe them. Because when you come back without your black friend, and then you spend an entire day not looking for your friend, hiding behind corners in mommy's and daddy's skirt because mommy is a judge, it looks fishy. And now here you are going, well, they showed me pictures, but they didn't show me pictures. It was some pictures, but not a lot of pictures. Three white boys drinking and doing on the boat. And you think they're going to be honest to you.
So you can see a lot of W's are pissed off, man. So he's gotten out in front of this Nolan Wells case. He's been given his marching orders, and he's went out and he's doing everything and anything he can possibly do. Everything he can do to try to present these boys in a positive light. He's saying that he's neutral, but he's not. He's very biased when it comes to this case. And he's letting everybody know he hasn't presented anything in regards to Nolan Wells' mother, right? Showing that she was being harassed on her job. She was also receiving unalive threats. He hasn't said, even if she didn't want to interview with him, he hasn't said, my condolences and my heart goes out to her. She suffered a devastating loss. He hasn't done none of this. And there's a lot of W's that's taking notice of this. Because some people do have souls and hearts, and they're looking at it like, man, if this was my son, I would be doing the same thing. So now there's a W man that's also exposing his grift.
And a lot of y'all gonna have to apologize for the stuff that you said. You're gonna have to take that video down and apologize because you are part of the lie.
Oh, have you ever apologized or taken a video down, Mr. Tatum, when you were proven wrong? Or do you just double down every time? Now, I know you didn't like the video I made about you a couple weeks ago, and you even threatened to sue me. Why don't you go through with it? If I was wrong and you were right, why don't you go through with it and sue me? And by the way, that was a really dumb decision because you're getting absolutely bodied in my comment section. You and your wife are getting toasted, and deservedly so. You work for Turning Point, and there's absolutely zero reason to ever trust you. You guys remember Sonia Massey? 2 years ago, she called 911 because she suspected a prowler outside. Cops came and entered her home, and one of them hit her 3 times, once in the face. Tatum, the former cop, said it was justified.
When she lunged at the police officers with the pot of boiling water, that Grayson was justified in using deadly force against her.
Sonia did not lunge at the cop, and if she did, why did he get sentenced to 20 years? This right here proves it was not a good shoot. It was not justified, officer. And to bring it as simply as I can, you saw a white cop and a black woman, and your number one goal in life was to protect the white man. That's your job. Dude, you must have been a terrible cop. You must have gotten your inspiration from the cop on Boys in the Hood. Now, please tell us about Nolan Wells and his friends.
And we got evidence that it wasn't just 4 boys with him. We got evidence that they asked Nolan to get back on the boat, and he refused to because he grown. I know that they left and they had nothing to do with this.
You know his friends left and they had nothing to do with this. You know it for a fact, right? Your decision was made even before you started interviewing these kids. We all know damn well there is nothing you could have seen or heard that would have made you question those white boys. You know damn well. You could have seen a picture of one of them underwater and you wouldn't say a thing about it. They're innocent in your eyes because that's what you're being paid for. Now, some people say he was on the boat and some people say they left him behind. So who do you believe? How do you know who to believe? It doesn't matter because you already made up your mind. And you're criticizing anyone that wants more investigations because things don't add up. So let's say Nolan Wells decided to stay and talk to some girls. Why would he not say, hey, let me grab my phone and keys first? And why were their messages deleted on his phone? There was a recording of the call they made that raised a lot of questions. An unbiased person would ask more questions because nothing is clear yet. Well, it's clear for you. I'm not saying those boys are innocent. I'm not saying those boys are guilty. I'm not saying there's racism involved. I'm not making any claims because we need more information. This totally could have been an I know what you did last summer moment. But no matter what comes out, we know whose side you're going to.
This guy just said, where are you getting your inspiration from? Boys in the Hood? The black cop and Boys in the Hood. See, these W's know what's up, man. They see him coming a mile away, man. And they saying that every time something happens, you take our side. And they saying, yo, we don't need your help. We already running things. We already in power. We don't need you, right? And they're pointing out things piece by piece. And he's been being exposed by the far-right conservatives that's been telling him, yo, we in power now, dude. You can skedaddle. Go back over there with your people, man. We don't want you over here. We already know that you a traitor and you a grifter. We already know this. And we've been exposing this the whole time. And they was just saying, like what kind of cop are you, right? So he gets exposed for so many things because y'all remember when he was on Piers Morgan and they was asking him about something Charlie Kirk said.
Charlie Kirk said black men like you were better off during slavery. Do you agree with him?
Now, listen, 100%. You don't understand black history and you don't understand what Charlie was saying. Listen, after slavery, there was an explosion of success in the black community. We had Black Wall Street. We were married to the women we had children with. Black people had a tremendous amount of success. Our success was growing faster than white people during that period of time. Now look at us.
Yeah, now look at you. All the progress people of color have made over the last few decades, and you're over here doing your best to set them back. Officer Tatum, what a pathetic bootlicker you are. I'm sure we're going to see plenty of memes in the comments of what you really are. Charlie Kirk said black men were better off during slavery, and you agreed. Well, why don't you agree to be a slave right now for 1 week? Be someone's slave if it's so much better. He said after slavery, there was an explosion of success in the black community. Yeah, you're right. Keywords. After slavery, not during slavery. Moron. Black people who worked hard for themselves were able to accomplish a lot rather than working hard for someone else. You said the success of black people was growing faster than white people, and you brought up Black Wall Street. Yeah, you're right. Now, can you please tell us, Uncle Ruckus, what happened to Black Wall Street? Does the Tulsa massacre ring a bell? The people you defend burned down Black Wall Street. There were so many successful black towns that were torn apart by the same people that you're working for. Does this look familiar? This is Lake Lanier in Georgia, and it used to be a successful black community. They were drowned out, again, by the people that you support. Officer Tatum, you could be the biggest sellout in the whole country. What a sorry-ass excuse for a man. It's just evil. And with a person of color saying, holy, I think you just clearly proved that Charlie Kirk was a people. Let Brandon Tatum know what you think in the comments.
he done pissed them W's off, man. Them W's is not fooled by his shenanigans. Now, I told y'all, in my opinion, he grifting. He don't mean none of that stuff that he's saying, man. He's cashing this all the way out to the bank because he's figured out a weakness in the game and he's exploiting it. He's figuring if I go and tell a lot of W's what they think, I can get very rich. That's very lucrative on YouTube. Saying things that make W's happy, oh man, I got the game checkmated. I got the game checkmated. I could just say anything and they just gonna roll with me. That's what he's doing. He ain't fooling nobody. He ain't fooling nobody, right? We all see him coming a mile away. This Brandon Tatum character is funny as crap, man. Just tell him, and there's a lot of people like him, Tommy Sotomayor, the Paris Denards. There's so many of them. Come online, tell a lot of W's, because what they say at the barbecue, when they back with their folks, they don't talk like that. They talk like this when they get online because there's a lot of money being made. So he knows that Nolan Wells' mother is mourning the loss of her son, but he's still talking like this.
And Nolan's mother, I'm gonna be respectful to his mama. But I do have criticisms. When you watch this video, you're gonna see why I have criticisms. Roll the clip.
When you talk about all the things that have been spread, there is this officer, I hate mentioning his name, a former officer who is a far right wing, but who's been doing the interviews and has been saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on Brandon Tatum. No.
Time out. Do you guys find that kind of suspicious or interesting that Don Lemon said, I'm not going to mention his name? Fair enough. If you don't want to give a person publicity, if you don't believe they're legitimate, you won't say the person's name. He said, I'm not going to say his name is this officer, right? Then mom gets on, and you would think she would say, I'm not talking about that dude. He's irrelevant. He's not worth my time. I'm not talking about this guy you talking about either. Why would she say Brandon Tatum? She put my full name out there. And in my personal opinion, she want people who hate me to come out and know who I am and search me and do all that other stuff, but refuse to address specific things that they're saying, that I'm saying. And they have never addressed some of the things that the boys have said. You have not heard them address the phone thing. You have not addressed them because Warren said that he told Nolan's mother that he had the cell phone and the keys. They have not said that he lied about it. They won't even talk about it. It came up on Chris Cuomo, and you guys will see that shortly. It came up on Chris Cuomo, and they pivoted. They didn't even address what Cuomo said. They just pivoted to something else. All right, continue.
I respect that. And that's the right answer for everybody, I believe. And I feel like, because I mentioned him, I'm like, why did I even mention him? Because he doesn't deserve a platform.
No, he does not.
So let's talk about the people, the young men that he's been interviewing. They're saying they're his best friends. Some of them you said that you don't know. One of them even said, "Oh, Nolan would be outraged by the way his parents are handling this." And I'm like, "Wait, what? Like, why on earth would somebody go on and say that about a grieving family?" But go.
Again, distraction. We're not even going to address them or that man. We only want the truth. Again, at the end of the day, I'm going to say it like I've been saying it. The only question we have is what happened to Nolan. That's what we need to know. That's it. That's all.
When you talk about all the...
Oh, I'm talking about Mama. I got a question for you. With all due respect, why then, if you want to know what happened to Nolan, did your attorney not talk to me before I ever talked to the other side? All right, we passed that point. How come when Nicole or Ashley reached out to you via text, which she showed me, which we posted online, that you didn't respond to Warren's mother?
Now you see this guy, first of all, her attorney, nobody has to talk to you. You're nobody. Who the hell are you? So if they don't talk to you, now you use your platform to antagonize the mother? You don't love Jesus. You have no humility. Even if you disagree with her, she's a mourning mother who just lost her son. Nobody harmed your children. You don't know what state of mind you would be in if somebody harmed your children. At what point does your Christianity and your love for Jesus say, you know what? Let me get out my ego. Let me chill. I don't like what she said, but she's mourning right now. Let me chill out. No. Because you a hoe for money. You do anything for money. Anything for money. Right? And you dead wrong. All the way to the core. Whether you like our lawyers or not. Some things you just sit out. You wanna interview those boys, but you don't have facts enough because you don't know if they lying or telling the truth. You don't know. Police ain't said nothing. Why would the police divulge information to you when it's an ongoing investigation? Who are you? So when do you say, you know what? That's a mourning mother. I'm not gonna speak on that. That would be the right thing to do. But we dealing with you. Man, this thing is crazy, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.